Sleepers, if you've logged into Dune Awakening in the past 24 hours, you've undoubtedly noticed massive cannons firing haphazardly into the skies across Haga Basin. CHOAM freighters are being shot down at an alarming rate, and their cargo is up for grabs. My name is Codiak, this is Legacy Gaming, and today we're breaking down Dune Awakening's first ever live event, plus sharing some thoughts after scooping up every possible reward. Funcom teased that changes and events were coming to Arrakis ahead of the Lost Harvest DLC and Chapter 2 free update, which releases on September 10th. This event, the CHOAM Salvage Rights, marks the start of that content rollout with a limited time event that ends when the update releases. In order to properly engage with this content, you'll first need to head to the new CHOAM representative, who can be found either at Arrakeen or Harko Village right when you enter, or at any of the respective trade posts in Haga Basin. There were numerous bugs at the time of making this video where several servers were reporting aspects of this event, including the vendors, completely vanishing. So if you don't see anything right away, that may be the reason. At the vendor, you can pick up 3 different contracts, all of which reward a small amount of XP and 4,500 Solari. Retrieve CHOAM Cargo requires you to loot at least one of these special CHOAM Cargo contract items from either a chest at one of the Karab surface-to-air emplacements all over the map, or from the cargo holds of the new downed cargo ships. Sabotage Karab emplacements require you to use your cut array on the control panels of one of those emplacements, allowing you to sabotage it and take it offline. Finally, make them pay tasks you with simply killing 25 Karab. These can be found at any of the emplacements, crash ships, or any of the camps within Eastern and Western Vermilius Gap. The quests themselves are honestly underwhelming. We noticed after completing each one, it does mention CHOAM will not forget this, and I'm not sure if this is alluding to some faction foreshadowing, but it's possible something is happening behind the scenes that will play into the bigger Chapter 2 update. Sadly, these are not repeatable contracts, which I feel is a missed opportunity to keep people continually engaged with this event over the next week and a half. In terms of the activity itself, I feel like these surface-to-air emplacements could have been made to be much more of a PvE challenge. Right now, with an Ornithopter, there is still zero threat to your existence outside of getting caught by the worm, and I feel like these first instances of aggressive emplacements within the game world could have been used to interact with the player. It would have also been cool to give us an alternate means of destroying these emplacements, either with rocket launchers or Ornithopter rocket pods, literally anything other than a press E prompt. On the other hand, the new crash ships are a very cool evolution on dynamic content within the game. These require you to approach them from the back where there are 2 individual cargo pods. Then you need to use your cut array to cut open the hull and then again to cut open the respective cargo pods inside. We did experience some instances where the cut array simply wouldn't scan the weak points to cut open, and if you run into that bug, you can just hold your laser on the surfaces, which will eventually break and fall off like normal. The interiors of these cargo pods can be any of the following layouts: a regular pod with racks of cargo and a single lootable chest at the back, a pod that has an additional piece of debris blockage requiring you to use your cut array a 3rd time to reach the chest, a pod that is engulfed in fire and periodically shoots out jets of fire that can ignite the player, and a pod that's blanketed in toxic clouds that will poison you. Those last 2 layouts require you to bring a static compactor, which you can use to remove the environmental hazards in order to reach the cargo. We want more of this. These types of variations and threats go really a long way to keeping PvE content somewhat engaging, and while certainly not groundbreaking, it's something. The chests inside these ships can contain anywhere from 1 to 3 CHOAM Cargo, and with 2 chests per ship, these give you the biggest, albeit most dangerous opportunity to rapidly acquire this contract item. Once you enter into any of these pods, you also have to worry about an ambush of Karab, who will attack you as you're trying to leave. Most of the time, we could simply use Bindu Sprint to quickly get away, and then snipe the enemies if we still needed the kills. However, if you take too long inside, you can easily get bottlenecked, which would make getting out before the worm gets to your position a real issue. Because these ships are coming down so frequently, worm activity is through the roof, so if you see a worm meter go red, immediately stop what you're doing and get the hell out. We even experienced a worm breaching directly next to the ship, so keep your head on a swivel. Now, whether you're looting the Karab emplacements or cracking open the CHOAM Cargo ships, once you collect 125 total CHOAM Cargo, that's all you need to fully complete the event. Take this back to the CHOAM representative at any location and you'll be able to buy 5 different cosmetic items. The CHOAM Tech Rifle is a cool rifle skin for 25 cargo. The CHOAM Tech SMG is a skin for any Disruptor SMG for 25 cargo. The CHOAM Tech Sword is probably our favorite skin and costs 20 cargo. The CHOAM Tech Pistol will likely be the least desirable skin of the bunch and also cost 20 cargo. Finally, there is a miniature Harkonnen turret statue decoration for 35 cargo. Honestly, these skins are all awesome, but I think they massively missed the mark with the turret statue item. It would have been infinitely cooler to have it as a full-size decoration for our bases to really add something to enhance player builds across the board. All in all, the event, well, it's okay. The atmosphere of constant anti-aircraft fire and crashing ships continues to reinforce Dune Awakening as one of the best atmospheric survival games out there. The skins for the weapons are great. The new crashed cargo ships are a bit more engaging than the more vanilla crash ship experience, and across the board, it makes the opportunity to get eaten by a worm much more likely, and we love that. With the big Chapter 2 update and DLC right around the corner, I think this event gives us a small taste at what the larger Downed Harvester mission will potentially bring to the game. The new treadwheel vehicle that is coming is cool and all, but we really need a reason to use these vehicles, or we'll just revert back to our ornithopter once that new car smell wears off. We know the team is planning a major overhaul of the endgame targeting a January update, but in the meantime, we really hope they take a look at other ways to make PvE more challenging and engaging. At this point, it's clear the team is tailoring this game to the majority PvE crowd, those that are still playing, and they'll need to create new experiences like this and many more to keep them hooked long term. They also just need to raise the stakes. Like we've said before, once you get your ornithopter, nothing is really a threat anymore. NPC vehicles, ornithopters, turrets, and even making the Sardaukar ships more aggressive could really elevate the PvE experience, especially when you consider we see the same handful of enemy types across all factions. Is the future bright for Dune Awakening? I don't know, only time will tell, and I think January will become one of the major pivot points for the game, but until then, we will certainly keep an eye on how things progress, and if anything major happens with the game, you can bet we'll be there with an update. As always, friends, if you appreciate the work that goes into making these videos, drop us a like, consider subscribing, and of course, keep it right here so you never miss anything happening with Dune Awakening. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.